My family and I recently endured a camping catastrophe.
Let's talk about that. Good mythical morning.
Okay, I'm going to share this true story that happened to me and my family, and I think there's things for you to learn. There's certainly things that I learned and that my family learned. Spoiler alert, I'm okay. See, I'm here.
Welcome back.
I thought you were going to give me a hand. Okay, so I haven't told you this story either because I want you to hear it for the first time
was a text.
Here with everybody else.
My wife got a text from your wife with this one little detail. That's all I know about this story.
Okay, so this is the first you're hearing of it too. It was Chrissy's idea to make reservations for us to go camping as a family in Joshua Tree. And I was like, this is a great idea. It's been a really long time since Christy has gone camping with me. In our first year of marriage, we went camping, but it turned into backpacking. It turned into a disaster, and it was a bad experience for her. And I was like, we ain't doing that again. So it's been like almost 13 years since we've been camping. So this
Quite
is
a hiatus.
Joshua Tree, this is the perfect place to go. It's a good time of year. We can get reservations at this campsite that has running water. It'll be a good way to ease into it. The kids will love it. We do a lot of hiking. We're turning over a new leaf as the Neal family to be able to go camping. So this was a crucial...
Granola. You're becoming granola people.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can sense that.
Fist bump. Imaginary.
Girls, granola people do lots of fist bumps.
So... I had really high hopes, and I was kind of, tensions were high internally about this thing. But
what were you worried about?
Just it going well and it being a good experience that we can build on. Oh, we're going to be granola every weekend.
Because if it doesn't go well, it's Dad's fault. That's just how it works.
I do feel that way, and you can be the judge if it was that way.
Okay.
Living in L.A., you're trained to not pay attention to the weather.
Right.
The weather is the same every day. Right. I mean, if something crazy is going to happen to the weather, like it's going to rain or something, you'll find out via murmuring in the streets. Oh, it's going to be cold today, or there's going to be clouds today, or anything that's a little bit off by the weather. Yeah. You don't have to watch the weather.
And people have put on scarves.
It's
going to rain. I got to put on my scarf and my boots.
You don't have to check your phone. Needless to say, and it's only 2.5 hours away to Joshua Tree. How different can it be? It's the desert.
Yeah.
So we leave
I could have told you it was a little different.
We leave on Friday. I didn't ask you.
You should have.
Should have asked you. We leave and we get there to the campsite, and the sun's going down. It's dark by the time we get everything out. So we get there. We park.
3 children with you.
3 children. I get them out of the car, and immediately everybody's like, it's freezing, Dad. It's freezing. Chrissy's like, it is cold. What happened? I was like, we're in the high desert. And then we proceed to put, I don't know if it's technically a high desert, whatever, Joshua Tree. So anyway, we proceed to put every piece of clothes that we've packed for the entire trip on at once. And we were still cold.
So you were not prepared for this. The cold was a surprise.
I was underprepared when it came to clothing, but when it came to a tent, I was very overprepared.
Okay.
I took what the label on the tent says is vacation lodge.
I went in 50-50 with you on this tent. I know about the vacation
lodge. We did it as a joke.
It holds 18 people.
It has
Seriously.
It has 3 rooms in it.
Seriously. 18 people can comfortably sleep.
Kids, at least I got that. So I'm setting up this thing, get this big thing set up. You can't see it all at once. Yeah. You have to turn your head to see the whole thing.
You can barely hear the other person on the other side of the tent.
Hello, kids, are you okay over there?
Yay.
So they're by the fire trying to keep warm in any way possible. And then the wind starts to pick up.
Yeah, that also happens. You could have asked me that too. Or you could ask weather.com.
I was like, what is that train? There's a train going through Joshua Tree. And literally you could hear the train.
Joshua Tree ghost
and then,
train.
Whoosh, it would come through there. And Lily was like, I'm scared. She's the oldest.
That's appropriate.
So I'm like,
Dad, I don't trust you.
She's like, Dad, look at the tent. And I look at the tent. And of course, it's got 25 stakes to hold it down, which I have all of them down. Yeah. Rain fly on and everything. And the wind would come through and it would be like,
well, it's the size of a billboard, so it's like a sail, you know?
And it would come back up. And I said, Lily, there's nothing to worry about. It's not going to blow away when we're in it.
Dum, dum, dum.
So the fire wouldn't warm us up, so the kids were like, let's just get in our sleeping bags and go to bed. So like I'm stringing them out there on one side, Chrissy and I and Lando are on the other side, blow up air mattresses, luxury.
They're like 12 feet from you.
Yeah, I can't even see them.
Hear the wind.
And then the wind starts picking up again, and I realize when the wind blows, the tent lays down on us.
Yeah.
And then it goes back up.
Yeah.
And then the next train comes and it blows it down on us again. And I'm like, everything's gonna be okay. Go to sleep.
I could see you saying that.
So I went to sleep. I don't think Christy went to sleep. She said she didn't sleep at all the whole night. That's what she said. But you know how that is. She probably dozed off a little bit here. All I know is that I woke up I looked at my phone, it was 2 a.m. and I was like, it's raining. And
Is the train still there?
And the trains are still here, and it's raining in the tent. I'm like, how is this possible? And so I open my eyes and look, and then a gust of wind would come through, and the tent would lay down, and all of this rain would just come in the side of the tent. And I look down, and I'm soaked. Like, I didn't feel wet on the inside. It was just the outside. I was like,
you didn't pee yourself.
I got a waterproof sleeping bag. Yes, I really don't, but it was only wet on the outside. Chrissy was a little bit wet, and I'm like, oh gosh, what's gonna happen here?
Kids are gone.
And I roll over. And look at Christy, and Christy's like angry at me. Like, why did we ever? I was like, it's your idea. And then I get up, Lily's wet, I have to move people around.
How was water getting in the tent?
Because the window of the tent was open. And the window is this wide.
Did you not
and this
close
tall.
Oh, you didn't close that.
I had to leave it open because I was afraid it would blow the tent.
The wind's got to get
over.
through. The wind's got to get through the tent.
No, I closed it and the thing wouldn't come back up. I had to leave the window down to let the air go through the tent, as opposed to the wind taking us to Oz.
Yeah, okay, I see.
And then I'm like, I get emergency tarps from the truck. I come back out. I'm draping tarps over kids and saying, don't panic. Lando's sleeping the whole time.
That's a blessing.
Yeah, it was. And so then I do all I can. I get back in my sleeping bag. I'm like, just get deep in your sleeping bag and go to a happy place. That's the best I could come up with.
Kids, go to a happy place.
The kids go back to sleep. I don't think Christian went back to sleep. As I'm dozing off, the train comes again, and it's like, and all of a sudden, the tent goes one last time, and then all of a sudden I hear the biggest snap I've ever heard in my entire life. And I was like, oh gosh, I hope a kid isn't like speared to death with like a broken toe or something.
Pole, yeah.
But I was like, I'm just going to lay here. They'll scream if something's really wrong. I was like, I didn't want to get up. There was nothing else I could do, and I just lay there. I'm like, this is miserable. We're getting wet and everything. I finally go back to sleep. Everybody ends up going to sleep. Wake up the next morning. It's not raining anymore. It's not even that wet, really. It all soaked into the desert. I go out and I look, and the two main poles of the tent snapped in two right at the joint.
What's the state of the tent? Is it like halfway deflated?
It's flopped over on us, except for the facade of the front. It's like a ghost town.
Are there other people at the campsite like, that family, look at that, the tent fell on them?
People were walking by the next morning and like covering their mouths and snickering. Like literal covering of the mouth.
Look, they had the vacation lodge.
Only thing that can cure this, pack everything up, go to McDonald's.
Ah, yeah.
Got some coffee, got a McGriddle in me.
Ah, they still serve those, huh?
Bought a new tent, stayed another night. But I
got tents at McDonald's?
I went
in the Happy Meal. I got to go to the Joshua Tree McDonald's.
Yeah. So bought a tent at the Big Five, and then we stayed another night. But for a few hours there, we were definitely just going home.
Oh, really? Oh, but you stayed through. That's good.
And I will give Christy credit. It was her idea to buy another tent. I was like, I think I can repair this tent.
Of course, you wanted to repair it.
I didn't want to buy a new one, but I did it. I will feel better.
It was too big anyway.
If in the comments you commiserate with your worst camping catastrophe stories ever to make me feel better.
Did you throw the tent away?
I still have it.
Well, just
throw it away.
Yeah, I don't want to see that thing.
So, thanks for liking and commenting. Likes for thinking.
You know what time it is.
I'm Melissa from Hurricane, Utah, and it's time to spin the wheel of mythicality.
Go to RhettandLink.com/store to get things like shoes to put on your feet.
I use the black laces in mine.
Also, be sure to check out our new main channel video, Slamazon, which features us visually representing Amazon.com product reviews.
Click through to Good Mythical More where you'll hear the story of what you did while I was gone.
Yeah, it was not nearly as treacherous as what happened to you.
But I'm sure it's worth clicking through to, right?
Rhett gets hand stuck to his beard. That's good. That's good. I like it's a good story, you know what I'm saying?
Are you okay? Something wrong with your jaw?
Well, I got a little problem. It's a little embarrassing.
What?
You're not going to believe me if I tell you, but I'm going to tell you that my hand is stuck to my beard. And it's not from a grip. It's almost like there was a... Did you put glue in it?
Can I?
I know it looks like a kind of a prank or something. I'm trying to make I'm trying to make my hand.
I can't even understand you anymore.
Well, I'm just trying to emphasize the fact that this was not a practical joke.
Okay.
The thing is that my hand is stuck to my beard.
I don't think you have anything to worry about. You'll just look like you're in constant deep thought. Try to work with that.
Okay. Well, I wonder what happens, but... Uh-oh.
Excuse me while I kiss the sky.
Purple sage all across this hill.
I can't decide who had a better time.
I mean,
I got to see world famous rock formations.
Listen, my
but
tent
your
didn't
kids
break.
got to pose with some sort of a life-size badger.